Hello. In this video we're going to look at what I call a 5-minute mental baseline reset technique, and that's something you can do in 5 minutes to quickly restore a feeling of calm, push aside some anxieties for a moment or two and take a break that's really going to be restorative. And if you're at home right now and you're sitting comfortably, you'll be pleased to know that this one involves nothing more complex than drinking a cup of tea. What we're going to do involves borrowing elements of the tea ceremony. Now that's an extremely involved, very precise, very ordered process that actually takes quite a long time. We're just going to focus on the core element of it, which is actually drinking the tea. Now you might be interested to know that the origins of the tea ceremony come from feudal Japan's elite warrior class, the samurai. Now this for them was a pre-battle ritual that they would use to force aside and put off their anxieties that they all experienced before the coming battle. Now what I find really interesting, and if you'll permit me to digress for a moment, Western culture likes to depict the samurai as these cold, unfeeling, merciless warriors who were sort of born for battle. But what I find really interesting is that they were subject to very human feelings like anxiety. And if you can imagine, close quarters battle with edged weapons was a phenomenally stressful and terrifying process to go through, and because they were just human beings like you and me, they felt nerves obviously before the coming battle. So they would use the tea ceremony and its intricate, precise, measured, step-by-step process as a means of putting off that anxiety. Because here's the thing, it's very, very difficult to feel anxious while you're focusing all of your attention on a task that requires your complete focus and absolute precision. Hence the tea ceremony. Now, like I said, we're going to focus on just the core element of it, which is drinking the tea. And to do so, we're going to become very, very aware of all the physical sensations that accompany that, starting with the actual feel of the cup in our hands. Now this one's made of iron, so I'm actually very, very aware of the heat from the cup in my hands. Not an unpleasant feeling at all. And then we're going to take our first sip and be fully aware of the transfer of the heat from the edge of the cup onto our lip, the passage of the liquid over our tongue. Now this is black tea and it's very bitter, but I quite like it that way, so I'm very aware of the sensations and the taste. And then focusing on the sensation of the hot liquid passing over our tongue, down our throat and into our belly. Now what's really important is to try to remain completely focused only on those physical sensations, and in so doing we're pushing aside all the other clamour that's going on in our heads at that time. What have we got to do tomorrow? What's on this evening? That big presentation next week? We can take a proper break from that if we can just focus only on the physical sensations. We can also take time to enjoy the look and the steam as it curls up from the cup. And right now, if I look down into it, I can see the tree canopy above me reflected in it, which is quite cool. Now in a busy, demanding day, it's very easy to tell ourselves, well, I don't have time for any of this sort of mindful, switch everything off kind of thing. But drinking a cup of tea or coffee, well, that is, even in the busiest day, time that's already factored in. We can just leverage that time for a really useful purpose to restore ourselves so that we're bouncing back stronger, a little bit readier to face the challenges that that day has for us. So if you're at home now in front of the computer, you've got a cup of tea at your elbow, I'm going to ask you to do two things. One is to switch off your phone, or at least put it onto silent, and the other is to shut this video down and have a go. Just be fully conscious at all times of the physical sensations involved in drinking that cup of tea. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.